Our hearing allows us to monitor the world around us in all directions. It is important for communication and can be a great source of pleasure. But how do the sound waves arriving at our ears reach our brains? Let's take a look inside with Dr. Roten. Our ears focus sound into a small tunnel in our skull called the external auditory canal. At the end of this canal, the sound waves reach the eardrum, also known as the tympanic membrane, which vibrates in response to the sound waves. We are looking at the eardrum from the inside. The eardrum vibrations cause a chain of tiny bones called the ossicles to also vibrate. First the malleus, then the incus, and finally the stapes. The footplate of the stapes attaches to a fluid-filled chamber in the inner ear. If sounds are too loud, the vibrations can be dampened by tiny muscles attached to these bones. Looking from above, we see the external auditory canal, which funnels sounds to the middle ear, where the ossicles pass the vibrations into the inner ear fluid that communicates with the cochlea. The cochlea contains specialized hair cells that convert the fluid vibrations into electrical impulses. These electrical signals then travel towards the brain in a nerve inside the internal auditory canal. Looking more closely inside the internal auditory canal, we can see the auditory nerve. Here is a view of the cochlea, which has been opened up from above. Different parts of the cochlea detect different frequencies of sound and convert them into electrical signals that are sent to the brain in the auditory nerve. Here we see the auditory nerve entering the brainstem. After entering the brainstem, some of the auditory signals work their way into the midbrain, then to the medial geniculate nucleus of the thalamus, and finally up to the cerebral cortex. The primary auditory cortex is located on the superior surface of the temporal lobe. Here we see the primary auditory cortex, which is revealed when we spread the frontal and temporal lobes apart. If we remove the cortex, we can see how the area that decodes the auditory information of speech connects to the speech production area with a long fiber tract called the arcuate fasciculus. This concludes our journey. We hope you enjoyed exploring the auditory system with Dr. Roten.